People's Day to you there, homie. Oh, it's gonna be a very, very strange one here tonight. I will admit that. Um, I'm currently not seeing that broadcast live. There we go. Beauty. Sorry, guys. When Crumbs is basically doing the piloting and apparently trying to like host for you guys, it just all goes chaos all the time. As you guys know, we like to say hi to everybody who's joining the room. Pockets also what's going on. I'm going to switch that top chat over to live chat. If you guys haven't switched it over to live chat, make sure you've hit that live chat. Make sure you've hit that little like button. Tell us you're going to bed if you want to win something here tonight. Pockets also what's going on. Uncle Spank, what's going on? Von Fake Name, how are you, man? Be safe out there if you're driving around delivering packages. I know you've got a big old package you want to drop off. Nim Studios, what's going on? Gray Skull Toys, what up, my G? Boom, Stormico Station, how are you, good sir? Lynn's the Rat Boy. Dude, you literally like every single story post ever. I could probably show like my prolapsed anus and you would fucking like that post. Porpoise, I'm gonna invite Porpoise on in here. He's gonna be showing us his collection tonight. I'm gonna babble on for a bajillion years. What is going on? Folklorian, what is going on? Folklorian, dude, I loved seeing you get your package the other day. No, you didn't get a package. You were sending your package.
Hello.
Porpoise, what up? Hot dog hat.
Just let me get this.
See, we had a guest one week that asked us if we do a mic check before episodes, and I was like, fuck no. But we probably should.
Hello.
Yes.
There we are.
There you are, man. How are you?
It's...
Yo, that was your answer because earlier today, man, I was looking on Instagram. The little post came up and it blew me by surprise because some of you might not know this. I was actually Form 1 for this way back in the day. Apparently, wanting to die but not having suicidal ideations is now a baseline normal. You will not get Form 1 anymore. If you tell somebody, I want to die most days, they're like, that makes sense. Life sucks.
Yeah.
Homie,
just running. Oh, go ahead.
You're wearing a Roots sweater.
Yeah.
Canada made, baby. What up?
It's soft. It's a fuzzy beaver. It's a really nice hoodie.
Well, I mean, you got a fuzzy beaver hoodie. You've got a wiener hat. You're just banging out 1,000 tonight. You knew you were doing that. You did that intentionally.
Actually, that much I honestly did not put that together. I put this on for B if he's watching. Because
for those of you
it's a hot dog hat.
Yeah, but B loves hot dogs. He is the glizzy king. I don't think I can actually even picture B eating a hot dog. I'm trying to picture it now. All the relish and mustard. Kelly Wergo, what's going on? Jazz Wiz, what up? Just checking in. You're just checking in.
I'm trying to pull up the chat.
You wish you had the chat. So, also,
I'm getting there.
I'm like, Death and Strawberries called me out on this the other day. He was like, homie, you literally look at everybody's backgrounds and ask them about shit. And yet, I don't like anybody looking at my shit. I don't like people coming to my home and looking at my shit, man. LM9 came into my house actually this week and was looking at all my shit. And I felt like an idiot because I have so much resin right now just laying down because that's the safest way to just lay it down on the shelf until you can set it up. And you have this resin king come in your house and literally everything just looks like shit.
All right. Now I got chat there. I'll try to keep an eye on things. See if...
You're so sweet.
Hey, I try.
Man, I think you've probably been, besides I Need Toys, you might be one of the most frequently occurring guests we have on this show, man.
It's been a good handful.
It's been a good handful, man.
But yeah, been you guys are my ride or die.
I think most of the homies in there are Fixed Temple Toys. What is going on there, dude? Your collection in the last bit, because I'm glad you're doing a collection tour. I think the first time we had you on, you had basically like one row
behind you. Yeah. Oh, once we get to that, I'll show like what it grew from into. Ooh. And yeah, it's gotten not quite out of hand, but it's gotten big.
You know, I am kind of curious because you are a good caster, man. I know we kind of always ask people this, but like, what for you kind of what kind of makes a toy for you or screams at you?
Like something that I want to get for myself kind of thing. I don't know. like one, I have a lot of very admittedly arbitrary limitations that I've put on myself in order to kind of keep myself in control, because otherwise I'd go after everything. But most of the time, 3 3/4. Like there's a couple outliers here and there, but the like for retail things, it's either an IP that I'm super into or just something like really, really unique, like the worst or the weirdest and stuff like that. Um, and I've sort of gotten over my completionist status where I like if something had a ton of variety, I would need to get every single one, and I've been like, that's absolutely unattainable. So I'm just gonna let it go. But it does eat a little bit right in here when I don't have a complete set of something. And
And I'm sure you even just kind of touched on it there a second ago, man. Like, it's funny you mentioned the variety when there's a lot of differences amongst them. Personally, I find those sculpts where it's literally like just that same sculpt 10 times over, every fucking color imaginable.
yeah.
And then
Um,
you,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
well, you brought up commercial toys, and commercial toys don't come up very often in our show. And I was curious, actually, when you're looking at commercial toys, what is usually kind of appealing to you, man? Like, where are you going? Are you going to Walmart? You going to Game Shop? You going online?
Not it actually really retail. It's really retail. It's vintage stuff that I'm it's just commercial stuff that was factory made. And like you can see, I don't know, I'm trying to hold my hands up like there it's like all adventure people, and up there on the top shelf, like I always try um to just every time I see one of those available, I'll grab one. And Jurassic Park, I'm a sucker for Jurassic Park. And like Godzilla, there's just like odd things here and there. I guess God, not that Godzilla's an odd one. Everybody loves Godzilla, but like Space 1999, the old Battlestar figures. I don't have a lot of those things, but um, I really like them. And so it's just like, oh, if I can find one for a reasonable price, I'll get it. Because that's the other thing. As much as I am like, I'll zone in on something that I need this, I also don't need it. So if it's too expensive, I'm just not going to get it. It's just like there's a piece that I'll show that I've been looking, that I finally got, that I've been looking for probably longer than anything else that I've been looking for. But I was just like, well, I'm not gonna pay hundreds of dollars for it, because it's like that's just stupid. Like mostly because I don't have hundreds of dollars to throw away on a single thing. If you do, great. Like more power to you. Like I wish I was there.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. Every now and then, like I've talked to some of the homies about this, I personally feel setting limitations, setting a budget on yourself when you're grabbing your toys, it really does make sure that you're grabbing things that will resonate for you a lot. And then oftentimes you can actually even kind of place that piece in history of like what it kind of meant to you at that time. I know
Yeah.
that some like even my commercial toys, right? Um, the Kenner Swamp things. I never see them over in North Bay or in Toronto or anything like that, like when you're bin digging. So back in the day when things were like really tough, to find those for like $2, $3, they'll always be at the top of my brain because didn't have a lot of money when I first started doing freelance to be able to actually go out and buy toys or anything.
Yeah. And then as far as like our stuff that like we're all making, um it when I was first getting into things, it was sort of like a little willy-nilly where it's just like, hey, that's cool, this is cool, and um just grabbing stuff when I saw it. Now again, it's like one of these just limitations I put on myself, that I was just looking through things today as I was just kind of tidying up in here, just so that there was actually some rhyme and reason to things. That I was like, oh, all the stuff that I've got, there's on some level there's a connection to the person who made it, and whether like there's a bunch of people that I have met, there's others that I've just had like that I've been talking to about like toy things and non-toy things for months, if not years now, that it's like, okay, that there's more in there than the toy. And that's sort of that's maybe the biggest thing, the biggest draw for me at this point. Thanks. Yeah, sweet hot dog hat. Bootleg.
And Michael George, thanks for joining us, man. It's always nice having first-time viewers here. Bureau of Print, what up?
Oh, hello.
Porpoise, if you don't mind, man, because admittedly, once I saw your face, I got sidetracked. And I do have another guest that I want to slide in really quickly. This is kind of a
yes.
little thing they want to say, if that's okay.
Oh, it's a little more. It's more than a little thing. I think it's yeah.
Well, okay then. I'm gonna send them in. If you think it's a big, I don't really like to put anybody on the spot and talk about how big it is or anything. I usually just go small, and that way if we're pleasantly surprised, it's better that way, right? It's kind of like whoa, bam, in your face.
Satan's logging on.
Good old Satan's logging. And there you have it, the old Satan logging in.
Oh,
Hail me. How's it going?
It is going great, man. How are you doing today, homie?
Hail to you, good sir.
Well, it's my favorite time of year. And, I mean, it is the birth of Christ. That guy's kind of a douche, but I'm talking about heavy metal Hanukkah. It's my favorite time of year. Because you can't talk about metal without talking about this guy.
Too true, man. Lay it out for us. What's going on with the Heavy Metal Hanukkah?
Well, tonight was, I believe, Zymet. I believe he put out a pretty sweet piece covered in blood. Also, Zymet, I kind of have a bone to pick with you. No pun intended. I heard people were worshiping you more than they were worshiping me. That's not a thing. You're not allowed to do that. But moving on, Sycamore put out a piece with some pretty sweet knuckle dusters on it. Knuckle dusters for 3 fingers. Some of my demons would appreciate that. And then the Feral Foundry put out this sweet looking claw crab, mechanical. I don't know, but I need one. I need one. I need one right now. And then who else was it? Oh, man, I am drawing a blank. I'm a little old. You have to forgive me. False Idols. You think I'd remember that because they're my jam. False Idol Toys put out 3 soft vinyl figures tonight. It was pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet. And it was happening all week, man?
It is happening all week. 8 straight days.
8 straight days of toys dropping.
8 straight days. And you could thank Plagued Earth Productions for this sweet little thing. I've got his name in my naughty list. He gets a special place when he gets down here.
Well, I think most of us are looking forward to that naughty place, special place, man.
Where is the naughty place? Believe me, it's somewhere in Jersey.
Fuck, dude. Well, Satan, man, is there anything else that we can bug you for while you're in here tonight?
I could use a little bit more blood sacrifices. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Putting it out there.
Yeah, well, a little bit. Just I'm dry down here. I'm parched. A little bit more bloodletting, please.
Jazz Wizard was saying that he's got something he's gonna drop off in your mom to give you. and with that, if any of you didn't catch there, that is kind of our little intro to the Heavy Metal Hanukkah that's going to be happening this week.
Yeah, it's a real good show. Second year that Drew put it on.
It was so good, Porpoise couldn't even contain himself.
I participated last year. I was just too slammed with just non-toy things this year that I just felt like I couldn't fit it in. But hopefully I will be back for round 3 because it's a good show. There's multiple people for the next 8 nights, and some people are selling, some people aren't. Just keep an eye out. Yeah, I think just hashtag Heavy Metal Hanukkah, or just check out at Plagued Earth Productions, and you'll be able to track it out from there.
Yeah, I'll admit, dude, Pocket ended up actually helping me out tonight because I was looking for that hashtag and I could not get it to populate. It kept on pulling up all the most
None of this
popular
stuff
ones.
seems to work right anymore. So it's like you follow a hashtag for a show, and it's sometimes things show up, sometimes they don't, and who knows the whims of the Zuckerbot 5000. Sometimes it works, and you never know. So, but it's it's a good group of people and a lot of really insane work. I actually haven't seen anything from tonight because I was running around like this right up until I sat down with you.
I bet, man. Were you dusting everything? I've got to know. Did you dust everything off?
No, I don't dust things in here. It's just
Too hard.
It's way too hard. They'll all topple over, and so sometimes I'll just go and that's it.
That's just it, man. And you're lucky though. You don't consume in your art space. Cannabis has this really lovely thing where it makes the dust sticky.
It does. A little resiny
does.
sheen. A little sheen on top of things.
Also, you have no idea how jealous I am of how black your coffee is over there. So for anybody who's watching this evening, the old crumbly bumbly already this week, yeah, my coffee pot died. When I went to go get a new coffee maker, I literally left and even went, oh fuck, I'm almost out of coffee. I should have grabbed coffee tonight. Guess what? Crumbs came home and did not have in the cupboard. Coffee.
Coffee.
No weed beside me and no coffee beside me because I had to jump into fucking work after work and then do toy stuff. Rage. So if you see me hit my bong, here's a fun little fact for you guys. Back in the States there. In Canada, we do something called poppers, where you rip a little chunk of tobacco, then you ram as much green as you can in that tube as possible. But when you don't have any green, but you still want that weird little itch and burn, you just rip a piece of tobacco off with no filter, and you just drive that bad boy through the bong, and And knowing my luck, everything will be closed by the time that we finish here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
So
Toys,
you'll be
toys.
wetting, you'll be running water through grinds tomorrow morning.
I'll be shooting myself in the
spent
ditch.
grinds.
That's what I'll be doing. That's how I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, just punching myself in the wiener until I'm wide awake.
Crumbs and Brett, what coffee do you drink at home? Drea's A's, I just use there's one of two places I get coffee. One's a little local coffee shop that roasts their own beans, and forget the name of the company. I go in on like large bags of beans with a couple people every couple months, and I just grind it and make it either in a French press or an AeroPress, and I drink a lot of it. I drink a lot of it.
I checked the one day. I drink approximately anywhere between 16 to 20 cups of lettuce a day, or coffee a day. And it's delicious, man. And actually, oddly enough, Folgers, just regular old Folgers. And I know that Death and Strawberries the one night was like, oh, that's poor people coffee. Basically, he was like, oh, Folgers, that's poor. $15 for Folgers here in Canada, man. Bullshit.
There's not much coffee left that's poor people coffee.
There's not much anything that's poor people anything, man.
Yeah.
The one staple that actually drives me insane, bread has no business being $3.50. Your bread.
Ooh. Yeah, bread's like $5-6 a loaf down here.
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Slightly adrift. A cup of lettuce, maybe, man. I definitely remember back in the day when you were drinking alcohol, when you'd look at a 2.6 and go, man, if only 2.6 of weed was this much. Hey, Porpoise. enough of my jargon off over here. What you got over there? I just saw you grab something off the table.
Well, I grabbed something off the table that admittedly I opened this a couple days ago. This was after last week's show. He had Brulio Toys on, and I ended up talking to him for a little bit, and he had one of these guys left. This is the Spectre. Let's try to get a focus in there.
Nice colors on
It's
that one.
Got removable helmet and very clean, like really, really clean casts. And he later informed me that this is what he would consider a miscast, but it's very, very hard to tell. So I was really intrigued after just listening to him talk about his process and his quality control, and when it's like, all right, he only wants to send out the best stuff. And I would say even this that he said is not perfect, this is very, very nicely done, and I'm glad to have gotten it. And the other, I'm holding it in my other hand. This little helmet is maybe the thickness of a piece of paper, maybe a little more. You can see that even just it's so thin that it's just easily malleable around there. And yeah, just very, very clean casts that I'm really happy that I was able to snag this from him. So if any of you are going to be at Decon next week, 2 weeks, I think he's going to be wandering around with a bunch of these and some other things in his backpack. So just track him down, because this is really, really good work. I'm excited to see some more out of this guy, because like this is just very, very good. So I have a spot on the shelf that needs somebody, so this is going to go in there. And I guess I actually had an idea for walking around and checking things out. You as the host might get another
Invite
person coming in.
You gotta join from your iPad?
Yeah, I'm gonna join from a tablet. I just have to get the code.
Need me to send that over?
No, it's in my chats. I just have to figure out where I put it. All right. So, I almost said it out loud. If I said it out loud, everybody's gonna be jumping in.
So hop on this, because everybody wants to be on Toys Alive. I mean, everybody who saw last week's knows it's a treat. It's fun.
There we go.
And a treat to be on Toys Alive.
Hey, you're a peach. It's fun to hang out. All right, and let's see here.
Boom. Porpoise's toy cam. I love it. You really did prepare for this. Oh, damn. Am I cool to admit that in?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to bring up my mug for a second.
Have like a view all of a sudden of just your belly when you're holding the tablet. Terrible toy work. Right, I'm glad you ended up calling it a glizzy as well. Is your workspace where everything is. Yeah, actually, I'm kind of curious of that as well. You don't cast at that table right behind you, do you?
No, this is my dry workspace, so to speak. This is like, I do casting and mold making. Ooh, hold on, I gotta turn this audio off. All right, I think that's better. This is gonna be, I don't know, this might not work. I might have to bring things over to the main camera. This is...
You'll have to hop off of the call from your computer and basically join just on the tablet.
Yeah, the tablet is getting pretty lousy reception down here. The desktop is hardwired in, so
Just pick up the desktop, carry it around,
Yeah.
situate it, grab your webcam, just start fucking yanking that shit.
All right, I'll revisit this in a second.
No problem, man. He cloned himself. Vomiting droids. I bet you he has cloned himself before as well. This is what happens on a nice Toyz day like this.
I'm gonna sign out of that.
Yeah, get that out of here. Get that other face out of here. We don't have time for that guy. Also, why do you have one of your mammoths?
I've been meaning to update my store for a while, and I just have one lying around.
Yeah, do.
That's a whole other thing that my site's not operational at the moment because I was on Shopify and I was on like a year or two plan, and it was renewing in October, and the rates went up like 36% or something, and I couldn't do it. It's like I'm not this isn't my livelihood. Like if I was doing this as a main means of income, Shopify would be fine, but just for hobby purposes, I couldn't justify it. It was a gross number it was going to go up to, and so I did not renew it, and so I'm rebuilding it on my own because I do like some web hosting as like a very small side business, and so I'm rebuilding it on my own server, and it's just taking me a very long time to do. But it'll get there, and that'll be on there along with some other things when it's all done.
Even bringing that up, though, the fact that the Shopify is going to be taking that percentage, I don't think a lot of people even really talk about the business costs, right?
That's actually not that insane of a cost, because it's like there's the subscription fee to have the site, but it's like they do provide you with like a lot of, they host it for you, they give you all the tools and this and that, and the percentage, you're paying that percentage no matter who you're using to process your payments. You're like, whether you're doing Square, like really the only way to not pay a cut is to pay cash. Like there's really no way around it. And so that part of it was like, yeah, whatever, I'll just eat that cost. But it was the main subscription going up that I just couldn't do anymore. All right, I reconnected this to a hopefully better network, and gonna try it again. And if not, I'll just pick things off the shelf and bring them over.
Okay, man.
Because I thought this was good. This would have been nice to like just walk around and show things, but you can't win everything.
You can't, man. And admittedly, I know that a couple times when we've done this, we've mentioned phones as well, but phones, it's still that same kind of issue. If it doesn't want to connect or something comes through, or
yeah,
it's fun.
All right.
As if you didn't plan this out to figure out how to make it work before you said you wanted to come in and do a collection tour, Porpoise. What the fuck?
Well, I assumed that this thing was going to work fine. I didn't realize my internet was going to turn into a sludge fest. But
hey,
I should have known better. I should have known better.
Well, you're pulling that up. Oh.
All right, let's see here.
I'm just now idly watching you. I'm like, yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see. Is it gonna be choppy and useless, or is it actually gonna? Oh, this is looking a little bit better.
That looks. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I think this is. Well, here we'll let the peanut gallery tell us what.
That's beauty, man. I'll make that a spotlight screen, and that way we can watch
Yeah,
you.
I'll
do
just
it,
turn my. Can you turn? There we go.
and I can mute you.
Yeah, mute the toy.
Oh. I muted the wrong one. I muted you. Sorry.
All right. How's that?
That's good.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm not even gonna look over here. I'm just gonna look at.
Jesus.
All right. So there's some retail stuff. Everything's just all mixed in, so we'll just do a slow. So yeah, there's some old Ninja Turtles. I don't have much. That was really my jam when I was little. Oh wait, I'm gonna zoom in because we got a special thing right next to it. But yeah, I didn't keep anything from when I was a kid, but I still really love all the different Ninja Turtle things. But we'll just go right in on one of my like all-time like
recollection
Raphael. I wish I could have every single one of the things he makes.
My goodness, man.
This would definitely be one of my grail pieces that would have to come with me if there's a fire.
his pricing is like, it makes no sense, man, for what you're getting, in my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah. Like it's
very affordable for what it is.
For what it is, it's like there's like an initial sticker shock, but then you realize what's actually going into that, and yeah, it's very fair.
Just gorgeous. And even the two beaters you got on top are shit too.
And then got some Hurt here. An Icarus, two RoboCops that he made, and the Skull Crusher.
That thing is gorgeous, dude. Did he paint like the Scare Glow skeleton inside there or something?
Oh, that's that is
fuck right off.
That is a glow rib cage with a little bit of black wash on it inside the clear. It's yeah, it's pretty nice. This is what it is.
Just gorgeous.
Here, I'm gonna go, let's see, counterclockwise around the room, and then we've got some Lab Monkey doodles. We'll come around to the actual pieces in a little bit.
That's why I find those doodles so fucking hilarious, though.
Man. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I want to get like a frame to like line these four up in, and actually have rather than just kind of sticky tacked to the wall with blue tack. But yeah, they're really nice. And then this is not a toy, but that is a piece of art that my daughter made.
What's funny is that's sharp, man. Like I don't know how old, but I even almost asked like who did that.
She was 2.5 when she was like drawing on my wife's work computer. She had like a Surface tablet, and I was like, all right, I want that on a piece of canvas. Here's the extent of my carded figure collection. Back a little bit. So I'll zoom back in.
Carded figure a grab for you?
It's, well, some speak for themselves, like Jimmy Folklore's Jazz Wizard tribute. Sometimes it's something that I was just like, all right, it speaks to me and I have to have it. And but that it's integral. It's not just something that could be separated from the piece, that they kind of come together as a package deal and they add to each other. and so that you'd have to show them both together. But I also don't have a lot of room for them, so I'm also, as much as I love a lot of the stuff with cards, I don't end up getting all the ones that I actually really would like to get. The giant ogre is not in there from Barbarian Rage because I love that figure so much that it's out so that I can it sits in front. It's on the shelf while overlooking where I work. So we'll come around to that in a little bit. There's a Sucklord that I actually won off of. It was an early Toys on Tap giveaway that I believe, I don't remember if it was Death and Strawberries or Yakamuck, but the two of us both won, and then we decided who took which one, and this is the one I took. So yeah, I've got one of those. I joined the Barbarian Rage Friendship Club. I have the little figure and coin. I picked this up at ZoloCon last year or so. He was at a table with ressinblood, and so I got to meet Scott. And again, as are many people in this scene, just an incredibly nice dude that we talked about stuff for a while, and that was he was out of these at the time, so I ended up having to come back and order that for later. But yeah. This is Soy Tu Padre Cabron by Edwin Salas. Picked that up at Assembly Required last year. It's a hand-printed lino cut card back with a wood-carved Vader, which is that. That is a piece. It's not just a piece in a card back. The whole thing is a piece, and that's kind of one of the main things that I look for in carded stuff. We've got Mothman by Mr. Blockwash Captain Dustin at E2K. I picked that up at the store when I went out there and visited the Promised Land.
Is that a kit bash?
It is. It's the body and head are the I forget if it's Ovion or Ovioid from Battlestar, the original 70s line, and those arms I think are the Skin Man from the Kenner Swamp Thing series.
I would agree. Yeah, those are Skin Man hands.
Yeah, arms. And it's got little red felt wings. It maybe you can see them there now.
Oh yeah. It's a sharp piece. Sorry, man.
There's a retail fig, but that's just such a great card back. Those old heavy metal Lord of Light reaction figures. Found that collecting dust on a peg in a local store for $8. I know it's not a highly valuable figure or anything, but I was oh, $8 awesome figure with awesome card back. I'll take that.
That's a steal, man. Absolutely.
And speaking of cool dudes, there's Speed Skull by ressinblood. That was also a ZoloCon grab. And Spice Dream.
Haven't seen the old Spice Dreezy in a spicy minute.
Yeah, this is a really nice. It's a wood card back with laser cut designs, hand painted, and then the cast. You can kind of see it. There's a little blue, an icy blue fade from the feet up to the top, goes clear. So
yeah, that's a sharp one, man.
That's a very nice one. And then I wouldn't say this is mint on card, but it's an on card X-Ray Woman from the Adventure People, which people who know me know that Adventure People are my favorite line, and I got this a couple years ago for. I stumbled into it for less than you could buy it loose, and even though I generally open figures, I cannot bring myself to ever open this package.
I don't blame you,
It's
man.
like I
insane that you ended up finding a freaking carded.
like this is by no means to like be a humble brag or anything. It's just shocking to me that this was $20.
Your mom's $20.
Nice interjection. But yeah, it was just like I was like, all right, because I just wanted the X-ray woman.
Yeah.
And I was looking, and there were like I found some. It was at some little convention, just like a little semi-local toy fair, and this was the price of. It was the same price as buying it loose. I was like, oh, I'll buy it on the card, and now I can't bring myself to open it and put her on my shelf.
I'll admit, I don't think I can open that, man. I open everything, and I don't think I can open
Yeah.
that.
This is the Fledermaus from Astro Toys from Germany. This is like it's just such a cool figure.
Beautiful casting on that too.
Like so clean. And I think the card art is Gabozetta, I think.
That would make sense. By
yeah.
Gabozetta.
Yeah, by Gabozetta.
I mean, very similar to their style.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this was. I have another Astro Toys piece sitting on the shelf that this came with. That
is it one of the friggin' bootlegs of the well, we'll see it later. Anyways, but
okay,
I think it's a Sonic Ranger, and I'm
no, it's actually not that.
Okay.
All right, so that's the carded stuff. We'll come over here. We'll put Brulio's right there and knock something over.
Gnarly. That was a good one. I really hope nothing broke there. That was a good ting.
No, it was. There's just trying to do this one-handed.
Holy shit,
buddy.
You got cool toys.
I am in the slow process of adding figure bases to all these things to prevent this from happening.
That's part of the magic. That's part of the fun.
Yeah. All right. So I guess we'll just start at the top. We'll go do the top shelf, which is commercial and vintage stuff.
Yeah, but there's a gem right there on the far right hand.
Yeah, that's I forget the name of it, but it's a Knights of the Slice Glyos figure. It's like a sand trooper, I think. It came as a 2-pack with this guy, Captain Deadstar, in that colorway.
Beautiful.
I have my back to the chat right now, so if anybody has any questions, and you catch them, relay them to me, and I'll do my best. Some very small handful of Star Wars figures. That's it. That's all I own. That's I might be an anomaly in the toy scene in that it's literally one handful of Star Wars figures that I have.
Yeah, but something's wrong with you.
And that is not a vintage Yak face. That's some weird. It's not even the retro collection. It's some unmarked bootleg that I got a while ago. I don't know who made it.
Don't you like when you find just random bootlegs like that?
Yeah. Lone Ranger, Mezco. I forget his name, but I just thought it was a great figure. Tim Barron, Aster Zombie.
Also, real quick, Carolina Quick
Also-
Hat, he ended up knowing the toy pizza was a desert rat.
Desert rat. That's it. That rings a bell.
Folklore says that you apparently need something that he has, so
Oh.
he's going to give it to you.
Ooh.
Sorry, man. Now, as if you have
Some
3 of
Godzillas.
those. That caught me off
Yeah.
guard. That you have 3 of those, man. The 2 with the tongue, those
Yeah.
are from the indies, correct?
What's that?
Those are indies, like indie toys.
These are all Super 7s, all 3 of them.
No! Okay.
They are.
Fudge. I thought that was.
But they're cool.
They
I don't
are
know.
cool.
I like them. Captain Dead Star, Cortex Commander. That some other old things here. Oh, there's a Feldspar that Jimmy Folklore got for me. It's from the Crystar line.
That makes sense.
And then the little gnome from Dragon Riders. Got a
Good old name.
ODB and Biggie. And this little lovely guy, it's from Space 1999. It's I think this actually might be Martin Landau's character, Captain Koenig, which I'll just jump down here to. There's this that a buddy of mine gave me a couple of weeks ago or I guess it was a couple months ago. It was my birthday. But like a really great figures, and I think I've extolled the virtues of that show on Toys Alive before, but watch Space 1999. It's the dumbest and greatest sci-fi show of the 70s. The moon is knocked out of orbit, and it's now like their space station throughout the universe, and that's the short sell. Got Tron here, got Battlestar, Ovion, little Dino Rider, and then here's some Space Precinct figures. I have a bunch more that I just don't have room for. That's another really great dumb sci-fi show. It's a Jerry Anderson show that is very entertaining.
When you were on last time, you showed those off, and I ended up having to go looking into those. Those things are rad as hell, man.
Yeah, they've got the jointed elbows and knees, so there's like extra articulation on them, and they don't balance well at all. Their feet kind of tip together, and
right.
The plastic's really soft, but the figures are great. I don't know if they ever made it to the US. Every time I find them, they were
UK.
Coming from the UK. Then we're getting into some adventure people. It's my jam. There's 2 of my grails right there are the Opticon and the Brainoid. Both attained via the assistance of one Wizard of Jazz.
See, Brainoid, I know. I do not recognize that weird spaceship telephone looking red thing beside him.
Yeah, this is a weird thing that it's just this bizarre what the fuck is right. Yeah, I don't think it really is anything. It's just this robot, and it's great. It's great, and why wouldn't you love it?
Yeah, okay. Great, like a G.I. Joe.
All right, I'm gonna put him back up later. Got some more just going down the line.
Hey, man, recently I've noticed that the adventure people look a lot like the Kenner Mask people. Is there any kind of tie-in or crossover there? Like, what's up with that shit? You must know.
I don't know. I actually don't. I think there are folks probably even in the chat that might know. Jazz or Jimmy.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jimmy Folklore or Jazz Wizard will end up chiming in eventually with that. Ooh, that's a good nose gone on that Scooby. That Scuba Diver there. Fuck, dude. You have like the whole set.
And then there's some more Super 7 stuff. Those pre-code horror figures are great. That's the only one that I've opened up so far because, again, just out of room. The weirdest, which I think I might even like more than the worst.
I'm with you. That might be one of the coolest lines, man, that they've done.
And then
it's the closest thing to the indie toy scene, too. And more toys I'm noticing are definitely like, y'all are looking at the boys. Come on.
Yeah. And then Jurassic Park. One old Kenner one that's been floating around, Ellie, and then all the Legacy collection ones. And now they've moved on to the Hammond collection, and I don't feel like getting more. I think one of each of them's enough. There's stuff in the window. There's another big old Spice Dream. Big trooper with, I get the light out. Some fun stuff in the arms. And in the torso, there's a small pink stormtrooper suspended in there that glows a little bit.
Porpoise, do you mind, with the Jurassic Park figures you were at like a second ago, do you mind just doing a quick scan? Damn. Sorry, man. I just don't think I've seen a couple of those ones.
Yeah.
I definitely have not seen the homie with the arm gone.
Yeah, that was... they did like a bunch of San Diego Comic-Con exclusives that during COVID you could actually buy online. And he came in like a set with a raptor to bite his arm off and everything. And I do have the Nedry in the can down here.
Oop. Damn, the beard
buster.
Dodson, we got Dodson here.
Oh. All right, it's old.
It was
it only goes a couple of them. Well, there's a lone Babadrock that got separated from the rest of them.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah. Another Super 7. Yeah, this little guy is...
That was last year, right? Winter
Wizard? It might... it was last... It might have even been in the summer sometime. It's because there's another one down there. It's the Dungeon Master. It's got a bunch of D20s up in there. And there's the Mapinguari, and I'm trying to remember the name. Boba Rex, I think, is what that other guy was called.
Seeing the Boba Rexes.
And then in the corner, there's an Omni-Res piece. It's the Yeti Predator, which is a pretty great one. I'll come back over there in a second. And that's stuff of mine. You've seen that before. I was just looking at if there was anything else on the window. But all right, so then this whole shelf is maker stuff. So yeah, there's the Omni-Res and the Babadrock stuff. And then here's another, this is that other Astro Toys piece I was telling you about. If I can turn it on, because it does something.
Dude, your collection's so hard not to like be looking over. There's so many dudes that are just like, they're dudes, you know? The Wendigo's right there, fucking...
Yeah, Wendigo.
And Titty, and...
Let's see. I just knocked the drop bear off.
Sorry, man. We're gonna have to start getting people to take out like insurance forms whenever we do a collection tour.
You see it's the Party Wizard. It's absolutely crystal clear resin that is painted, and then a few parts are left unpainted. and with a little LED light that pops up in there.
So well done.
There's the 3.75 Bone Ghost, some Wendigos, Tuscan Creeper, and drawing blanks on some of the names of the characters, but this was the first one of his I picked up that just a really, really cool piece. There's a Titty, They Live figure. And there's the Barrios. We've got
those, man, you've got some really good fucking variations of those.
Yeah, the Gladiators, and then the Mors Viglia in the back, and then the crossover with Kerfloss. This is there it is. This is so cool. I love this piece a lot.
It's nice seeing those kind of collaborations like that. And that's definitely one of those pieces in a few years, man, somebody's going to see that and be like, the fuck is that? Why is there a prospect figurehead on a...
And then there's the mule from Kerf right there.
The prototype mule colorway.
We've got a Hella Radical glittery creature. I think this guy maybe glows. I should turn the lights up. Yeah, that glows.
Oh,
here, wait. I'm going to turn the light off.
Yeah, set the mood. Meanwhile, you've got a big giant like light orb down in the center anyway. Come on now. Ooh, damn.
Yeah. Look how much that thing's glowing right now.
Glow cane.
I'll do a full back shot of
I'll give you
the glow stuff later. But then we got some Pamro. He has some good glow.
Yeah,
he's got some great glow. Woo! I just love looking at this stuff when it glows like this.
Dude, what is it about our brain? Like I love looking at the glow, man. There are definitely and why?
It's our lizard brain. It just kicks in. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I'm just enthralled by it. I'm a sucker.
Oh,
there's a little Simeon cheese Mork. And Astron from Yucko.
Yeah, Yucko. And who did the sculpt on that fucking Astron guy?
I forget, but I picked this up intending to paint it, but I really just kind of like it.
Yeah.
Like this.
That's always been the problem with blanks, man. Like, I feel as though like blanks were originally like you cast something up in that color for paint reasons and minimal paint apps, but sometimes the blanks just look sweet as hell.
Yeah, like I think I've done that to myself a couple times where I bought a blank of something intending to paint it up and be like, no, I like it blank. I'm just gonna leave it.
And then Bastards of the Multiverse was the sculpt.
There's the vinyl speed skull from ressinblood.
Which do you like more? Now you gotta tell me. Do you like the resin one or the vinyl one more? If you had to pick, you can only have one.
Honestly, like I'm much more of a resin person, but I like this. I like his little vinyl version better. It's such a cool, so cool. Like I just love it. And there's a Cos robot.
I was gonna say, how
right next to it.
Cos robot sitting right there, man. Hot damn, those are hard to get.
Just chilling. I think that was it. I think that was it was because he relocated to Poland, I think.
Far.
And
far.
Yeah, I think he was originally in Russia and then within like the last year and a half relocated to Poland and did like a sale of stuff right before or right after relocating. And I was able to get that directly from him rather than paying somebody on eBay for it.
Which is always nice.
Yeah, it's the much more preferable way to go.
Well, it depends who you are. Usually, I like to try and find the artist.
Well,
then I'll
yeah,
hit in there
I
and get them
think
on eBay every day. And then if I can get the eBay piece for cheaper than the artist currently sells it, then obviously. And I'm being sarcastic right now.
but it's like, and
Dude, that
Nakasatu,
Nakosatu is so much fun.
so nice. And yeah, I picked that up at 5 points. That was actually I tabled right next to them, and just that was 5 points. I hadn't done 5 points before. I'll probably do it again. It was a good show. Very different than assembly required, but in like they kind of sit in two different spots of like what's going on there, and so I'd like to just keep doing both. Got a lone cool cat up here. There's some more down on the lower shelf, but this is the Plague Doctor.
Dude, I'll admit, I love with the Plague Doctor. Originally, when it dropped, I sent a picture to B, and B was like, I don't know how I feel about the Plague Doctor. Goes over to fucking AR, comes home with like 2.
Hey, it's a good piece, and
it's a dope piece, man. There's a lot of movement in that piece.
Yeah.
There's a lot of character to it.
We'll come around to some of his other stuff, but yeah, there's just a lot of character and movement in all of his sculpts and pieces, and there's a lot of personality that comes through.
And that's a hell of a Deep Pruitt behind you there too.
Yeah, there's the General Porpoise Deep Pruitt that
thing is.
I
so
was
cool.
like, again, it's blank, but I might just leave it blank.
Right. And okay, man, your shelves are so hard because you've got that sick ass Carolina Cool Cat right next to a Nakasatu, right next to that freaking Deep Pruitt piece that looks like you, because that's what you look like. And then you got those rad ass Angry Beast pieces.
Angry Beast.
Oh no,
the Static Force
right there too.
Yes,
no.
and Feigned. What's that?
Damn, dude. And a fucking Uze Blue Star just chilling right beside it there. Plastic Vomit.
Plastic Vomit. Uze.
And Rhombus.
And then an Ocular Rhombus next to the other Plastic Vomit. A Slime City.
Yeah, how dare you get a Slime City Toys piece before I? They literally are like my neighboring province.
But it's like, what, 6-7 hours from Toronto to Quebec to Montreal?
And I used to live in North Bay, so they would have been literally just across the pond, man. Like an hour almost.
Strafe, Royal Brainoid,
and Heavy Metal Hanukkah one too.
That was, I think that was Designer Con last year, maybe.
All right. Well, I had the same conversation with Uncle Spank the other day too. That isn't the Anarchy Star. That's the Star of David. Personally, whenever I see that, I'm always like, "Hey, Star of David's chilling on that."
And now that you mention that, I think that's just all. Yeah, that's just.
Damn, that's all of them.
Yeah, like there's the original.
Oh shit!
Like that's just on there.
He's just Jewish. It's just that's just how it be.
And there's a Rambo Kiss little guy that was from the Tiny Toy Gallery show that Slug Toys put on.
I don't think I've seen Rambo Kiss do a paint app that detailed. That's a shock.
And these two. I'm trying to move my chair a little bit.
Sorry, man.
No, that's all right.
Something about that weird little freak right there. It looks like Jeff the Giraffe from Toys R Us.
Astroplastics.
Damn.
And then there's the Brulio that we were.
Yeah, when you were showing that Brulio earlier, the white, that's a pour, right? That's not two pieces?
Yeah. Well, there's...
okay, cool.
It'll be hard to show while I'm holding on to this giant tablet. Probably.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. But, there we go. Like, there are multiple pieces. Like, this upper arm and the lower arm, I think, are two parts linked together. And then... Yeah, he's just put things together so nice and cleanly. Like there's this plate of armor that's on top of the thigh. Like there's little extra additions to kind of seal the whole deal. 3 has no talents.
And a
Heavy-
hell of it.
The Heavy Mando, the Macquarie, C3PO, and R2. And there's a Healy, the Vac Metal Baba Witch. I forget exactly what it was called, but
Beautiful.
yeah. And then the Uze Hellbent. And some troopers, some assassins.
You don't like Healy Maid's work, though, eh?
No, I don't. Well, and I think I have some blanks that I just don't have room for. That again, I don't. And then down here, there's some more old vintage things. Some Transformers, the Studio Series, Grimlock, an original Grimlock. Some of those Bandai Build-A Gundam kits. Some Mothman Republic. And this guy might be like, this is just a really silly and dumb figure. It is a transforming toy that turns into a toilet.
That's dope.
It's called Dirty Man.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very difficult to transform, but it turns into like a little porcelain throne. And there, back to the Commander Koenig. Got high proof toys here. This little guy.
Damn, you might be one of the only people I've seen who owns a high-proof toy on their shelf right now.
They were on my other side at 5 points.
Is he picking up blood?
Yeah.
Oh. Damn it.
Some
radioactive.
Like serious glow there. And there's a little bit of glow hanging out over here on this squonk from Mothman. All right, and then there's a Third Eye toys. Little I forget the character's name from Hotline Miami. Little video game from a couple years ago that it's gonna bother me that I'm not thinking the character's name, but it'll be I'll come up with it like when I go to bed tonight and be like, that's it.
Always the way it happens.
Dingy Dave. This little tiny, it's a 3D print of Bernie Sanders wearing his mittens at I think it was the inauguration or something. And I literally found that on the street.
Oh shit.
It was just sitting on the street on like a signpost or something. And it was there for a couple days. And so it's like it got knocked off the one day. And I was like, all right, it'll come home with me. It's clearly been abandoned. And then a Healy vinyl shaman. And another Healy that glows like bananas. And we'll circle back to these. These are the Atlantic Galaxy series figures that I really like. One of them is a Healy. It's the Skyman that he did over the summer, I guess it was.
Such a gorgeous piece, man.
Yeah. And then Sky Girl, which this is one that I've been looking for years, and like got like a baby in a little backpack. And then the robot is the Dino-King. And
dude, that guy always reminds me of Robotnik.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to get all of these. There's not a ton of them. They're just really hard. They're just really hard to find. And again, I'm just not willing to spend certain amounts of money on things. And so I could get them if I didn't care, but I would go broke. I'd go broke. Then got some more Cool Cats, some squashes. There's a squash here and 2 squashes there. And
oh shit,
anchor fists. There's a little anchor fist Keshi. There's 2 little Yakamuks.
dude, you're.
What's that?
I don't know. Sorry, I was looking at your Keshi. I was like, why does your Keshi look different than my Keshi? But they've got to be the same. Also, I love that fucking Death and Strawberries display, man. That thing is really cool, in my opinion.
I am just glancing back at the chat, and someone's asking who did the purple-chested fellow there. Which purple-chested fellow? This guy? Is that the one you were talking about? The Sky Man that Healy did?
Yeah, because as the Atlantic. Yeah.
Yeah, slightly adrift asked it. Okay, yeah. So it's the Atlantic Galaxy series, Skyman, but this particular one is a Healy cast of it. This is a little Wathohook Keshi from Eric 3D. It's Jim Thorpe. I saw this and was intrigued by it because I actually live maybe 25 to 30 minutes south of the town of Jim Thorpe. And that is where he is buried, and he never stepped foot in that town.
Oh, geez.
There's a whole weird history about why Jim Thorpe, the town, is Jim Thorpe, and like
it is Jim Thorpe.
Well, like I get some of the details wrong. I'm sure if I say too much, but it's like he was from Oklahoma. He went to a school, one of the I think it was like the Carlisle Indian School, in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and then ended up but he died in Oklahoma, and his widow sold his remains to the town of Mauchunk, Pennsylvania, and then they renamed themselves Jim Thorpe and kind of built a very intense little tourist industry around it, and it's worth looking up. There's been legal fights and everything, and about descendants wanting to get his remains back, and the town not wanting to, and it's a very touchy subject, but I just appreciate it because it's a kind of a semi-local issue to where I live, and yeah.
It's a fun piece, man. That whole base is sick. I was standing in.
Yeah, and it clips in like it's. Yeah. Oops, I wasn't even pointed at it. It's all clipped in, and it's like that nice. It's that classic. It's that perfect Keshi rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this beauty is from Death and Strawberries. This was from the island of Miscast Toys. I was lucky enough for him to have pulled my name, and This is the creation that he came up with. And yeah, it's a beauty.
The paint app on it's just popping, man. It's like some kind of weird space underwater scene.
And there's 2 more squashes. There's a regular squash, and then there's the bite replicate. I think that's what. Correct me, Grant, if I got that right or wrong. Bite replicate hunter. And then down here, there is the ogre from Barbarian Rage that I showed the card off for earlier. But this is just such an awesome little figure. The amount of time that's on it and the paint apps, like this camera's not doing it any justice. It's not doing any of these pieces justice, really, but there's so much detail on that I wanted to be able to have it out and be able to look at closer than having it stuck in the bubble.
So many layers of washes and
Yeah.
brushes.
Dry brushing and washes and layering and metallics, and it's just great. I think I can't get any closer to have it in focus. That's about as good as I can do. These are casts I did, but they are out of molds that One Trick gave me.
Oh, nice.
They are these little like tiny little dino molds that they're very hard to use, but they're really great little molds. They're I think he said they were from I forget where they were from. Like he got them from somewhere and then passed them on to me. But yeah, they're fun little things. And then
They weren't
there's
from Dream Castle, eh?
I would not know. I'm not exactly sure where.
No problem.
But Junk Fed Dinorama. That's one of my specials. Killer piece from a very cool person.
Fucking Junk Fed. What a piece, man.
Yeah, and then up here we've got some splendid editions. There's Straw Bear on the right. That was from the Tiny Toy Show. A little Jackapill dinosaur. A couple little static figures. I'm gonna work into the granddaddy. There's the Tarbosaurus based on I forget the artist's name, but it's a classic like incorrect dinosaur.
Splendid edition still.
Yeah, still splendid editions.
You're talking about the artist's work that he's
yeah, that this sculpt and paint job is an homage to. But this fucking thing.
So good.
This is Hank. This is a completely original sculpt by Splendid Editions, cast and painted. It's just, and the arms, the legs, and I think the neck are articulated. But this is the male T-Rex from the Prehistoric Planet BBC Apple TV documentary that Splendid Hand and his brother, I think his brother, Onion Milk, both were storyboarders on. So they know their dinosaurs, and it's a big boy. Like, he's as long as 7 Pamro toys are wide.
That's a new unit of measurement. How many Pamros long is it?
And he just has been posting stuff that he's been working on for a while that I definitely recommend people check out. It's a bunch of new sculpts based on All Yesterdays, which is a book of paleo art, kind of speculative, like what if of how are extinct creatures kind of reconstructed and are not like how would you describe a swan based on nothing but the skeleton if you had no idea of what a swan looked like, or like an elephant, things like that, where kind of using dinosaurs as a like, no one saw one alive, so there's a lot of speculation and stuff as to how things worked. There's some broids from Jimmy Folklore and I, like we worked on this guy together.
Mm-hmm.
That's the original B-roid. And then that's Brolem that Jimmy made.
In the summer, yep.
And then there's Shrine to Zymot. All that is good.
Damn, that Astro Ape. His eyes are just beaming underneath that helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's got a little rhinestone eyes. That Sphinx Ape.
The Sphinx Ape is so good.
All these little guys. He has like a little clear kind of space helmet, but I love that thing.
Yeah, the what one is like the intelligence cap?
Yeah. And then we've got some Feral Foundry here, and Feral Foundry slash Benzmat, I think, is that if I'm correct?
Yep, Benzmat.
Yeah.
It's the collaboration on the brain.
Yeah, he did the
spaceship.
Yeah, he did the droids, and the Feral Foundry made the Shoggoths that go inside of them. Another gem of a dude.
Yeah, man. And
as our oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say again. I was just gonna repeat myself. But like I said, gem of a dude as our like pretty much all the people making these things. Like I haven't really encountered anybody that's not great.
I don't know, man. Most of you artists I talk to are a bunch of assholes.
There's my dino people. I kept one of each for myself.
I love it. I love it.
And
I don't think enough people do that, man.
And then there's a Eunice. That's me. That's a friend of mine made that. It's a kit bashed and like customized GI Joe that he turned into a figure of myself.
So, do you have thigh tats?
No, those are bloody knees from falling on the unicycle.
Here, I was like, what the heck, man? You just got full-on legs going, or what?
No surprises. And then I don't know who made that.
No one does.
Big thing. But I like it. It's a special piece.
I'll give you a special piece.
Garden State Kaiju. Little guy. Glyptotherium, sculpted by Mothman Republic and Rotocast by him. I painted this one.
Dude, your paint up on that one came out so fucking good.
That was a fun. Like I really went deep on that paint job. I was just like, I went all in. Went back to mini painting school.
His pieces do that though.
Yeah.
Like, I found that exact same thing with my Mothman Republic, where it was it just was good. Okay, what the heck is that turtle thing beside it though?
That is a sea turtle that I made in 3rd grade. That is, I still have. I don't know. Sometimes things survive and sometimes they don't.
Didn't keep any of your old Star Wars toys, but you got that, or your Ninja Turtles, but you got that.
But yeah. Oh yeah. There's my name on the bottom of it.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, 3rd grade. Creative Beast.
No,
is that right?
I've never heard that. That's a dope piece.
No, it's Creative Beast Studios, yeah. They do 1/18 scale dinosaurs. I wish I had this up on a shelf. It's a Protoceratops, or I think this is Protoceratops. This guy glows. And UV a little bit. Lots of articulation. They make awesome, awesome figures. Neil Ewing.
Yeah.
Gordon. Lovely little fella.
Do you have the friggin' God Mob Proto?
I do. That was
No way.
one of your first giveaways. It was like week 2. I won that giveaway.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice to see it's in a good home.
And
geez.
there's
Pocket
Salsa General Porpoise. Gotta love it.
Oh, hell yeah.
And 8-Bit Mike.
Also, yep.
Also a Toyz Alive. Yeah. Rec Shop Resin.
Car
Pile-ups. Some lovely times. A
fuck.
TTTT, Tone Twisted Tiger, Old Man Logan.
Are we creeping into your jizz shelf at this point?
This
you
is
love all your toys, but
we've left the 3 3/4 and now we're moving up in scale. Well, there's a little bit of small stuff left. There's 2 Spice Dreams and a Vomiting Droids.
Split Fett.
There. Split Fett.
That's good.
These Spice Dreams have like gems and stuff inside of them, like amethysts, and this guy's got ammonites inside.
That's gorgeous.
But yeah, there's the Old Man Logan from Tone that has the little head inside.
So good, man. So freaking good.
You're like, and if you're in the room, Tiger, I have not forgotten. I am working on my end of the trade for this. This is we are doing a trade that this was his side of it. This was from the Apocalyptico 2, I believe. And I'm working on a porpoise vision of what Tone is. And then there's a Kajike Judge Dredd, which is
such a fucking rad piece.
Another rad one. There's some D&D minis I painted.
Damn, dude.
And then there's some Lab 9 heads. Little
Lab 9 number 9. That Batman is the dopest Batman piece I've ever seen, man.
Yeah, there's this is a special spot. Little Oscar the Grouches. Some miscellaneous extra heads. And the IG-88. Pink Hulk. Check out that glitter chest in there. That Batman is, yeah, it's pretty great. It's Lab 9, so it can't not be great. And then the Faker Wolverine. That was from the that was Toy du Jour show. This was a Cadaver Production show. And then these were just one-offs that he made through his site. And yeah, they go with all those doodles.
So admittedly, man, that
And
and
then,
Michael George just pointed that out there, like the guys from the earlier doodles. That's what I find is so dope about those doodles, is because when you look at the doodles, they seem kind of like childish and a little bit kind of like comical, and then you see the pieces and you're like, holy shit, that's what those are illustrations of.
yeah.
Okay,
And then got a little one trick section.
dude, I don't know what it is about your swamp. I fucking love that weird flesh.
It's like a toxic yellow, like semi-translucent yellow clear with like flesh injected through it. That actually was last
AR.
He gave it to me at AR, but it was I think, was it Island of Miscast Toys, or I forget exactly what it was. He had drawn my name for something.
Oh,
and
snap.
And that was what it was, and I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. And then a little mini Skeletor, these little couple of dinosaurs, and then even minier Skeletor,
and slightly adrift.
This, slightly adrift. I'll get to that
second.
horse and rider in just a second. But I guess that'll actually probably be the last one that we haven't seen. This is like a little surprise drop of his. It's that Sting figure that there's flowers inside of it, and it's probably not going to show up on this, but there's little gold shimmer, little purple shimmer. This is truly something pretty rad and special. Excuse me. And that's the Kowakian warrior. That is the horse and rider that we were just talking about, from Mr. Has-Been Toys. That was one of the few times where I found there was the announcement that they were going to drop, and I set an alarm. I was like, I need this piece. I need this piece, and I'm gonna get it. and I managed to luck out, and I got it. And yeah, it's like that horse is hollow. Like that horse is like hollow all the way up inside there.
Which,
like, this is
the one night I actually went looking into finding those horses, and even the original horses, people still talk about that original cast too, because of how like dope it is being hollow like that and being functional. There's still people today that talk about the original toy, about how like it was just made really well.
Yeah. Oh, and then there's one trick. It's the Emperor on the skull wall piece. That is not much to say about it, because it's just like, there it is. Like, what do you say about something like this?
I gotta get my hands on one of those skulls and emperors.
Yeah. So yeah, we did a loop of the room, and I think that is everything. Oh, there is one more. It's just because you see that blank spot on the wall up there.
Okay.
It's something that needs to be fixed. The bubble broke. This is another Yucca-Muck.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It is. The Anatomy Lesson of Dr. Nicholas Tulp by Rembrandt. That the humidity in here got weird and the bubble fell off, so I just have to give it a new bubble. But yeah, so that is everything. Yeah, fuck my humidity. It does suck.
Damn, dude.
All right.
Oh, now we're getting the mirror images going on there for a second there. Holy cow, man! I mean, it was no Jazz Wizard tour, but it was, dude. You got
Nothing's a Jazz Wizard tour.
no, that's true. Somebody, man, okay. Some of the, what is it even called? Commercial lines that you carry, nuts. The like, especially the Jurassic Park guys you had over here in the little corners from your Star Wars figures. That weird little fucking yak face bootleg that you have that you can't quite has no stamp marking on it. Dope. But then your indie toys, oh baby, you got a good collection there, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. It's like I like all this stuff, and it's like, oh, it's fun to like share it and be like, hey, like, where'd that piece go? Like, it's nice when stuff does go outside of the community, because we obviously we would like the community to continue to grow, but but it is also nice that it's like, oh, remember that one? Like,
well, you didn't actually bring up a really good point, because I was thinking about this today, because the toys, like, it's so hard when you're trying to think about gifting a toy from the indie toy scene to somebody. And when I think about that sometimes, especially if they're not from the indie toy scene, I'm like, no. And I have, and then you're like, no. Um, and a portion of that is actually Dre Zay's has a piece actually that exists in a home that, like, we might not ever see it again. And there's just pieces like that that it's almost like heartbreaking to a degree when you're actually just kind of like, you don't understand what that piece actually means. You don't know that, like, the artist maybe actually will never know if you actually like it or not. They might never see that piece ever again. It's just, I don't know, man. It's heartbreaking some days when you see these pieces just disappear into the aether.
yeah. Oh, and there's the other pre-code horror ones. I don't like. I wish I had space to put them up on the wall, because I kind of wish, sometimes I feel like I wish Super 7 would just sell card backs. I'd buy them. Like, because like the only one of these I opened, like, again, this is like a very, very specific thing, but like we were talking about earlier, usually I'll just open something up and toss the card if it's something from the store. But something like this is ridiculous how good this is. And all four of these are like that. And I like razor bladed into this to like fish that figure out. But if I could just have a clean card back without the bubble on it, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Like,
I'm gonna share something here that I don't think I've ever told you guys before. I do keep some toys in packaging for sad days. I can rip open a new toy.
Like,
so
yes, rip it open.
Yes. I purposely actually have like a stockpile. I've got a stockpile of Final Faction. I've got a stockpile of vintage Star Wars. And on days where shit is about to hit the fan, oh yeah, has to happen.
So yeah, in the spirit of Toys Alive, and we're moving into the holiday season. I can't come on Toys Alive without having a giveaway. So if I got two things,
oh,
I'll do two things, because I'm feeling feisty and festive. So
and festive. The eggnog was kicking.
So yeah, we'll have this guy. Let me turn the light off. This is just turning up as the surface of the sun on here. Okay. All right.
So
there's doesn't glow, but it's UV and
UV with an LED light inside of it.
well, no, I'm
Okay. Oh, there we go. I was so
I've got
confused.
this big dog here. So this will be one. It's oh, it does have a little bit of glow in there. Hey, tiny little bit. So that'll be one. And it full disclosure, this is like soft resin. It does tend to do this and fall forward, so he'll need something to help him stand up, whether it's a base and super glue or museum wax or something, just so that I'm not sending this out without whoever getting it knowing that it might need a little help.
I do appreciate you mentioning that, man, because like, of course, when it's a softer resin, sometimes those feet don't want to like
yeah, and like
firmly hold him in place.
depending on like if you're in climate control, then you're fine. But if it gets hot, it'll just
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this chair is very creaky.
I like it though. It's a good creak. It's not like it's squeaking all the time. It's really when you like lean forward or back that it's like
Yeah. I'm so used to it, it doesn't register. But and then the other one will be this.
Oh,
This is
six.
The Sky Girl that this is the first pull out of those molds. That she's got arms move, 2 points of articulation, and the little backpack comes off, as does the shield thingy.
That thing is so insane.
So yeah. So yeah, because I made molds of this because I want to like I'm gonna customize a little bit, and there was no way in hell I was gonna do that on the original. But I'm gonna make some casts, like these marbly casts that I do. So I'll have a couple more of these in the works. So, but yeah, figured why not? This came out of the mold today, came on the show today. So,
dude, that is gorgeous. I love how it's like getting a very like copper. Damn. Those freaking Atlanta pieces are sick as hell in general, man. I'm glad that
yeah, it's such a wild, such a cool line of toys. Like that, like adventure people in that, like if I could get all of them, then like I wouldn't need anything else. I'll throw out all the other retail things if I could trade it for all the adventure people and Galaxy series stuff. So that if anyone, I doubt anyone's seen one because I've never heard of anyone who's seen one of these in person. But if anybody finds a line on a Galaxy series Sloggy, Slogggy, look it up. It's fucking phenomenal. I'll geek out about that thing all day long. And like it's the most insane piece I've ever seen of like anything. So I don't know what I'd pay for one, but I want one.
What about in box?
Oh geez, in box, I'd probably have to remortgage something.
It's crazy, man. Admittedly, like I do find it funny. We talk, it's come up quite often, like toys, art, all that fun stuff. But like, the reality is even the new, oh, what's it called? There, those Toy Story movies, like the newest one.
Oh yeah,
they're debating it being basically, what's his name, going back and trying to find all of his old toys and buy them. And it's like, yeah, it's like, there's a huge nostalgia bubble that's going on right now where people with some money do want to buy back their childhood.
Yeah, that's like that. I think we're still in that little bit of a bubble that I don't know. I feel like it's who knows. All bubbles can pop sometime, but I think like people like 25 and older, it's like now they have incomes, they have the means to go and get the things that maybe they had and got rid of when they were kids or couldn't have when they were kids, and now they're like, yeah, that was awesome, I'll just go get that. I think that was what's behind a lot of the like like nostalgia inflation. Like it happened with everything. Like it happened with toys. It happened with like Pokemon cards and Magic cards. Like all that stuff exploded in the
To
past
be
couple
fair,
years,
Magic
and
cards has always been
they've
pretty
always
big.
been. But
Like,
they went like they've always gone up. But then like they spiked during COVID, and like they like readjusted a little bit. But all that stuff's gone up, and but like toys toys are where it's at for me. Like
I'm with you on that, man. And admittedly, like, I've personally done Magic cards for a long time, and so I've definitely like sold through decks, and you see how like things can increase in price. Um, at one point, I definitely spent way too much money on Magic cards, and I was really stoked when like a couple of years later I was able to flip them all for much more. But otherwise, toys, 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 toys.
yeah.
If you'd like, homie, I have been trying to grab some of those names while we were talking there. Did you want to do one of the giveaways now? We'll hop into some tabs, do a giveaway at the end.
Sure. Let's
If you want.
do the Dinosaur, or as I'm calling him, the Robotnik.
Oh, so if anybody hasn't chimed in here tonight, I'm going to share the screen in a quick second. It'll show you the wheel, and if you would like that, were you going to say something, dude?
No, I was gonna take a look at the wheel, but there's
Do you have a wheel going too?
no, I was just gonna say like because I know like Resin Blood's usually watching, but maybe not in the
Watching,
chat.
but maybe not chatting.
Um,
And Hurt Toys is normally, but I feel like B would probably kick my ass if I put him on here because Hurt would be like, I'm not doing anything with that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna put Hurt on there. Why not? There we go. Now we have 29 entries and 22 watching. So it must be that we've got everybody. If you haven't chimed in, please make sure to chime in.
yeah,
So we'll add you onto the wheel. What? We've got Drea Zays, Sam's Reptile Shack, Stormical Station, Jazzwiz, Lindsay Rapway, Bootleg Toyco, Michael George, Grayskull Toys, Emmett, Folklorian, Pocket Salsa, Terrible Toy Works, Slightly Adrift, Bubba Jock, Nim Studios, Vomiting Droid, Street Fight, SPDX, Bureau Print, Carolina Coolcat, Suki, Sadat H, Dylan Clement, Fun Fake Name, Retro Zone, Lindsay's Rapboy, Death and Strawberries, Yakamuk, Resin Blood, Hurt. Have I missed anybody? Michael George, I think that's anybody who has ever played MTG has spent way too much fucking money on MTG.
Yeah.
And probably one of my saving graces when Porpoise mentioned during COVID how like the price went up. I did this weird thing in North Bay where I was actually like, if anybody wants to get rid of your commons, if anybody just wants to get rid of all your fucking commons, I will come by your house and I will grab your commons off of you. And of course, nobody wanted to charge any money for them. They're like, they're my fucking commons. And then you sit there and you go through all of the commons and you find all these cards that either they were from a set before rares were actually like categorized with a little symbol, and you're like, oh heck, dude, you've got like a play set of some really, really, really bomb fucking historic cards in here.
It's
Spinning
money.
that wheel. It's just money.
Yeah.
And my OCD loved going through all the cards anyways. Oh, don't do it. There we go. Drea's, eh?
Drea's
I just hit on a roll, man. I'm pretty sure B's got something to send over to Drea Zay's. I've got a Grayskull piece that I've got to link up with Drea Zay and hand him, and you're going to be sending Drea Zay a piece. Drea Zay is stacked, apparently. Oh. And with that,
I wrote that down.
look at your brain. I don't do any of that kind of shit. I don't write things down. What is this?
I don't write it down. It's literally gonna be gone when I step out of this room.
I feel that, dude. All right, I'm gonna pull up a couple tabs here because why not? I think the reason why I had Resin Blood here was originally I wanted to tell you guys get on over it Friday night, bootleg overdose, midnight. So make sure you're checking those out on Fridays.
That piece that's showing up, the yellow and orange, that thing is wild.
This guy here?
Yeah.
What is it? Because let's be real. This part down here looks like some kind of like McDonald's.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the Keep on Truckin'.
Okay.
That's just what clicks in my head.
Like knickknacks.
Yeah, and then with Hedera on top.
And if anybody hasn't yet, Mennonite Creations, they've got their I want to say Big Rad Wolf, but it's Scare Wolf. The pre-orders will close soon, probably in a week or less. So if anybody's actually looking at the Mennonite sculpt and wants to get in on that vinyl drop, make sure you're hitting up that. Boom. Bootleg Toyco. Been going hams all week with these freaking bad boys. Drop is boom. 6 available, claim in the comments, 30 plus shipping, painted figures add 15 and a couple of days. Which makes sense, man. What are you giggling about over there?
I'm just giggling. I'm seeing that Dreze saying that he's got the has-been luck lately. It's really like does. The tables have turned.
For those of you who aren't following,
Babies,
damn, dude, yeah. I'll admit his page already typically kind of tickles my anyways. But this was gorgeous, dude. Lovely Monsters available this Friday. So tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow he's gonna have a whole bunch of beasts and stuff up in his store. Anybody who's not following Battle Babies, get on that. I don't even know if he's got. Oh, damn. Yeah. So even some of the ones from last year are still.
He's got some stuff. Yeah. Like.
I guess we're gonna see it stocked up again.
Yeah.
And then into the heavy metal Hanukkah pieces.
Feral Foundry.
Dude, this kid's nice.
Like, that's... Yeah.
The paint app is wild. The design on the sculpt is wild.
Like, that's so cool. That's...
He's been on a roll.
Are there multiple pictures of it?
Just the one still there.
Okay. But then the video.
And then the video. And then it looks like a heavy metal Hanukkah video as well. Metallic crab, Decipod. Living wall of noise entering the native environments of the Sasquatch and generating cacophony day and night, employing a network of smaller robots known as the chorus to ensure that there is no escape from their song. Oh, 6. They come with these tiny little dudes too, I guess. Maybe.
Oh, it's a whole... Maybe?
I don't want to make assumptions, but it says... employing a network of smaller robots known as the chorus to ensure there's no escape from their song, and then there's like these little... Or maybe they're just part of the set. I'm not sure. And is there only one?
Available on feralfoundry.com. One way to find out.
Right? Why not go and check? Take a little peek. Michael George, yes, Battle Babies on the on that one there. Here, I'll even just for the ones that I've posted so far, Battle Babies, boom. And over to Bootleg Toyco. And of course, Big Scary Wolf. And Feral Foundry. Boom, boom, boom. And fucking Sycamore, dude. These are like everything this guy does is fucking nuts.
Yeah. Like, look at those things. Like, it's just.
Like, the teeth are great. The eyes, just everything, man.
Man,
he
look
really
at that.
blows me away.
One of these days I'll have to add something from him to my shelf because
I know B and I have said the same thing, man. I think the issue is there's almost so much on his page that it's almost too hard to pick. Like I honestly, sincerely, that's part of the problem.
like there's that little like bat face guy that just flashed across the screen like that. Like, oh, I want that. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that too. It's like look at that thing. Like the paint, the casts, like the whole works is just oh, like look at those eyes. I think it's like the pupil, the eyeball, like they're their own, like it's all individual pieces that get linked together.
I would agree. I would think so as well. It reminds me a lot of that game Cranium. Whoever the artist is on Cranium, like all like the worms and shit. Reminds me of those kind of style of eyes. But yeah, his like, I think his work's always insane. But then he dropped how many for freaking this heavy metal
Yeah.
Hanukkah? Like Little Larvo sixth bite, fifth larva, fifth bite, fourth larva. So it's like, damn, dude, you did 6 pieces of the Bloody Mike, a Little Larvo, and the just a 2
So like
bite. There we go.
yeah.
Gorgeous. And then of course Zymat Co. with this winter fucking
Simon.
baby.
Yes. I think that's a big boy.
Well, I mean, when you're taking the antlers
Yeah.
on top of the hopper already. Admittedly, the blue-white speckling Christmas thing is gorgeous. Damn, that drop.
Like that is so good. Yeah, I missed that picture the first time around where like it's like mid drip. Like look at that.
Yeah. How many times do you think it dripped before it finally cured?
And false idol.
Oh, damn. That's good.
It's got several of these.
Yeah, 3 of the Vinies. What you looking for these bad boys?
I think I saw, was it 45 plus shipping?
45 plus 6 shipping in the USA.
6 shipping, so $51 anywhere in the US. And these are vinyl, right?
Yeah, these are soft vinyl.
Yeah, these are the soft vinyls. Yeah.
Absorbs.
Like, look at those. Like,
am I missing somebody from tonight?
oh,
Sycamil? Faint? No.
is it 3 or 4 tonight?
There's 4. Feral Foundry, Sycamil, Zymatco, False Idols, Toyz. 4.
Yeah,
we hit them.
Yeah. So you got all 4.
Woo, look at us go. And for any shows coming up, Assembly acquired. Oh, February 3rd to 4th. I didn't realize it was that far away. So get your brains thinking about
the
Assembly recorded show.
It seems far away, but it's really not. It's just gonna be there. It's gonna be there real fast.
And then of course the Color Magazine show, December 9th.
And speaking of clutter, circling back to, we were just looking at Zymot's heavy metal Hanukkah piece. He's having a solo show at Clutter soon.
Damn, fuck yeah. Congratulations, Zymot, man. That's you're gonna stack that place up.
So yeah, tomorrow, if you I don't know, you just had I was just getting distracted by the heavy metal Hanukkah calendar. There's trying to see who tomorrow was, just so people knew who to keep an eye out for. I saw Barrio Boba, Pocket Salsa, and I didn't catch the other two.
Here, I've got it in my chat here.
Okay.
Pocket Salsa was nice enough earlier to send me a picture. He had it from the, 3 weeks ago, I guess. No.
Yeah, I've got a lot to do before assembly required.
Boom, boom, boom. So tomorrow night's going to be Allowed Space Lab, Barrio Boba, Pocket Salsa, and Pamro Toys.
That sounds like another great night.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I am kind of bummed that I couldn't commit to it this year because this is like, it's such, like, the format's good that it's just like, it's like there's a nice solid drawn out like release of a lot of crazy good work. And yeah, Drew does a lot to put it on. And yeah, so day 1, 7 more to go.
Day 1, 7 more to go. Porpoise, I'm gonna make you entertain the guests for a second while I run away.
Oh no! Don't be long.
Yeah, that's just how she goes, man. I'm so sorry, but I will be back in 1 second, man. I have faith in you.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. So, admittedly, I have been a little out of the loop lately. I've just been, you know, life does its things. So if there's any other drops people are aware of that should be brought to everyone's attention and shared with the larger community, I bring them up so we can maybe pull some stuff up and talk about them. See if Crumbs has any of them on his radar. I did know about Battle Babies happening tomorrow, and obviously the heavy metal Hanukkah stuff that's coming through. But yeah, if anybody has any questions about any of that we went through this evening, I am paying attention to the chat while Crumbs is off running, doing whatever he was doing. But oh yeah, Dre Azaze, he had stuff today.
What?
Yes, he did.
Well, frig me, stupid.
It was.
I thought he was amping up for them. I just didn't realize that they had actually dropped.
I can't pull it up on my computer, but I'm
No,
grabbing it on the phone.
Sorry about that, Dre, homie. My goodness, dude. The heck are we up to? Boom.
Yeah, the Chud Draculus.
You know, I did see the Chuds pop up on the feed earlier, and I didn't notice there was a claim sale post. Damn.
And Ocular's saying that he has some stuff available from his last drop.
There you go.
So because he's got a website running that's got all of it. Excuse me. Everything that he has available is up on his site. And there's been some Island of Miscast toy unboxings today, past several days. But yeah, there was some new stuff today. I believe it was. I think it actually was. It was a Dre Azaze unboxing too. It was him.
Oh fuck.
Unboxing stuff from Dimension X and Neophyte opening stuff from Pocket Salsa.
Well, that's what happens when you don't sit around at home all day looking at the toy pages.
And if you go back to that Chud Dracula for a second, should take note. They're 35 shipped in the US or Canada. So that's a shipping inclusive price.
Damn. Yeah, because basically, like, the reality is that like most stuff costs almost 30 to get to the US, man, and like 30 Canadian. Damn.
Oh, and Babadrock saying that he has a couple Santa Claus still available as well
Alrighty.
from his recent release.
Well, I'm glad you guys were watching the friggin' pages this week. Or are letting us know your drops, because I'm off in outer space, apparently. Ocular Rhombus was saying that his last drop didn't end up going
Look
as
at
hard
that
as possible.
ET head. Huh?
Well, are these the new boys?
Look at that thing. That thing's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun. The ET head does work really comically well on that stupid neck. Fuck, man. Just going hams lately.
Oh man. I gotta grab myself one of those turntables for taking pictures of things.
I feel that, man. Babadrock. Right? Yeah, Babadrock.
Yeah, Babadrock has some stuff.
Oh. Oh, shit. I was seeing the
Yeah,
Wolverines
there he
all
is.
week, but Santa Claus is out for their Xmas sleigh ride. Both Santas and a couple Golden Arc marbles, the original Wolverine, still available, and definitely in time for Xmas, or wait till the 11th and pair it up with one of the heavy metal Hanukkah pieces. Ooh.
Ooh. There's a little incentive to do a little bundle.
There you go. Well, a lot of times, I'll be honest, like as a collector, Titty Bean was probably like the first one to do it. Starting boxes. If any of you are actually down to do it, when you get like international customers or anything like that, if they want to start a box, sometimes that can be really helpful because like them knowing that they're going to pay you right now for the piece and the shipping, but then saying hold on to the box for a moment and then being able to
Yeah.
grab pieces from you as they drop, and then the shipping might go up 5, 10 depending on weight, but a lot of times that can just kind of help people kind of bundle things together.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to B about doing that with Splendid Editions with some of his new sculpts. That like, if there's get a couple people who are interested and bundle it up, and like vice versa, like people bundling stuff is the way to go if it all works. You just you because like we all talk to each other. We know we get it. We have a pretty good line on people's tastes. It's like, hey, like any chance you'd be interested in some of X, Y, or Z, and just kind of make something work.
Homies, I will put it out there. I do like more than black and white Invader. I'm just gonna
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Swamp Thing, Vader, and black and white pieces. I mean, you can send them to the DMs, but I've probably seen them, and I promise I do like other things.
Oh,
Grayskull's been doing a drop all week.
Yeah,
actually.
I just
He's
saw
got the friggin' avant-garde one. I'm digging how it goes. The Imperial Guard.
The Imperial Guard with the like patterned cloak.
The avant-gardes, yeah, man. Fuck. Outer Rim Fashion Week. And he has some good shit in his store, man. And for anybody who hasn't actually tried out Grayskull, because I know sometimes it's hard if you ever try to. I've got a box of some Grayskull here, and it is some great cast of stuff. He's got some good stuff. It is nice when you see this stuff too. I know it doesn't actually mean anything, that everybody's just humans, but when you see another maker who's been in the scene for a while and they're liking pictures and stuff, it's nice to kind of be like, yeah, that's what's up, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Grayskull, homie. This was a good drop, homie. And again, 362 followers. The fuck? And Canadian pricing, dudes. So like 30 on these avant-garde guys in Canadian. 30 on these guys.
I'm going to turn on a screen share so that folks can see.
Man.
I was like,
Here I am. I'm like literally pulling these up, talking about them, looking at them. This happens every now and then.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
I'm glad you said something though. There's been times where I literally hop back and then B's looking at me like, "Yeah, neat," and I'm like, "I didn't share screen any of that." Oh fuck. Also, Grayskull, man, I don't know if you sewed these up, homie, but I definitely noticed that earlier this week, and I was like, clean seam. I don't think I can sew something with a clean seam like that. And what I was talking about a second ago too on the Etsy store, well, I ended up popping over to the Etsy store because I was like, well, why not? Why don't we just see what's going on in there right now? Pricing is stupid. 30 Canadian.
There's quite a few too. Yeah.
Admittedly, these things
Yeah,
are
those
way bigger.
guys.
They're way bigger than I expected, man, to be honest with you. Like, because I think we're always picturing the original ones that like sit in, but they're the jumbos. They're like those like 4-inch ones.
Oh,
Not
so they're
4-inch,
like monster
3.
ducks.
Oh, I'm talking about the remains, the X-ray
Oh,
remains.
the orbs, yeah.
And then these dropped, I think, like maybe about 3 weeks ago now. Fuck, man. Okay. Any other tabs? Any other drops? Any other cool things out in the scene right now that I haven't? Been a very long day, man.
Toys Alive is, or this is Toys
That
Alive.
was a
Toys
tap.
on Tap. Toys on Tap is doing a series of giveaways. For I think the one's been done already. One is getting
It was like a big bundle.
tonight or tomorrow. It's a big bundle, which actually this is in that bundle. This is another one of those robots. So it's one thing out of the. There's some Yucca Muck in there. There's massive mini horse, some pins from E2K. It's a very large bundle of goodies that somebody will end up with. And I don't know if that is getting drawn today or tomorrow. I think the entry closed today and draw tomorrow. Okay, drawing on the 8th, so that's tomorrow. Oh, you were muted.
I was muted. Yeah, I was like sick bass on that, man. And then you're just sitting there. I'm like, no comment. Okay. And then
Yeah,
I realized I was muted.
it's like,
Like, oh
oh,
shit.
yeah. The bass is was like an add-in, because you know how we all like to send little extras with our stuff when we send it out into the world. This bass was an extra from, I believe, I'm trying to remember where it came from. But like there was an issue with my studio getting very hot this summer when I made these, that I did have some warpage in the legs, and so oddly enough, I think this is one of the only one of those Atlantic series that didn't come with a base, but I feel like it should have, because he's already very like forward heavy. Like you can see, like he leans. Maybe you can't see, but he's got a definite lean.
Leans.
Yeah, he's just like leans in, and so I was just trying to find. This was like one of those little add-ins that came in a box, and it was like just perfectly boop, sat down on it. So it actually works kind of perfectly. It's got like the skull there. It's like he's conquered and is moving on to his next conquest.
That whole toy line is fucking sick, man. And admittedly, like, I think it might have been you that probably first got most of us even kind of looking at them after Healy had done them. But they're not even like a toy that you really even see.
Well, because think they're not like they're toys, but I think they were like model kits, maybe. I think that's what they were sold as. They were like hobby model kits that you would, because they're like just chunky block solid colors where you like you'll find the different ones if you go on eBay and look around. They're all in different color combinations. They're not consistent because I think it was like, oh, you're gonna get these and paint them and put them together. So they were more of like a painter's, like a painting hobby thing. And but then it's also weird how like the universe just sort of like brings it out all at the same time. That like I had been into these things and I started messing around with this Dino-King figure. And as I was doing that, it was just like Healy did the Skyman. It was like it just happened to be right at that same time Healy did the Skyman. And that was like I was talking to Fletch about it. That was like such an anticipated, like, oh man, both of us were like, we need this, like we have to go get this. And so it's just like it like as soon as I started thinking about this, it's like it just so happened that like he's doing it. And then like I was talking to him and it's like he's like, oh yeah, he had a Sky Girl, but not he had no Sloggy. Like I really want that Sloggy. I really want that Sloggy. So but I've literally never seen anything other than like publicity photos of it.
Typically when you're finding yours, like are you buying them on eBay like opened already, like just kind of
Yeah, like I don't, this is the kind of thing, as much as I might want these, I'm not gonna go and um I'm not gonna go and buy one of these things in the box because one, I'm gonna open it right up, and so paying the premium for the box like seems stupid. Like the Sky Girl, I had one on my watch list for over a year that was in a box, and I was just like, it was like over $200, and I was like, no, I can't, like, because I'm just gonna rip the box open. and then and then like I was like, all right, you have your alerts set up, and it was quiet for a long time, and then somebody in England posted like one of everything except for the snail man, but one of everything, and I don't know, she just like flew under the radar or something, and it went for less money than like some like other vintage choice, like it was a very, very reasonable price where it's like, okay, this is like totally fine, but I'm never gonna pay for a box. Like I just, mostly because I can't.
Fair, man. I'll admit, sorry, I was going on a rabbit hole there looking at all the Atlantic ones after that. That was just totally my bad. Boom.
Yeah.
A legit museum shop. I don't know if you saw the comment there. The DKE Toys Dan Porpoise collection looks like a legit museum, or at the very least, a legit museum shop.
Yeah. Yeah, I would go with the museum shop. Yeah, because it's just like it's all here. Like that, like it's yeah, like I want, like there's a few that like I want to kind of get like something protective for that recollection piece, because I am nervous about like something like it's underneath something right now, so that if like something falls, or that it's not going to get, because that's not surviving a fall.
Blue sticky tack.
But
just blue sticky tack it to the wall.
Yeah. But it was like, get like a little, like they make like, I'm sure they make something that's the right size, like in a little acrylic box that could be wall mounted or something.
If anything, I find collectible car cases can often be really good for those things, like little model car cases and stuff. Porpoise man, we're up to 11:20. Would you like to do a quick little wheel spin, and then we let all these yahoos get on with their evenings?
Sure. So this is again for this little Sky Girl in
You're pouring
black
better.
and various various marbly UVs. Let me give it one last little bloop. And so the wheel's been mostly populated, but if there's anybody in here who just came in or maybe missed the last round, speak now. We'll get you quick on there, and I'll try to get the can't promise, but I'll try to get these out tomorrow. But we'll see. Well, in a couple days, but I'll get them out soon.
I don't blame you, man. Life's very busy this time of year, and I'm sure with having little ones, it's even busier for you.
They do keep me on my toes.
Alrighty.
Did Ocular get on there?
I'm glad you just said that. I think somehow I missed Oculus. I went to copy and paste them, and I think I ended up somehow missing it. Those, thank you. Boom. 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 The last two that I've got added onto the wheel are going to be DKE Toys and Ocular Rhombus, otherwise Dre's A, Sam's Reptile Shacks, Robico Station, Jazzwiz, Linz and Ratboy, Bootleg Toyco, Michael George, Grayskull Toys, Zemet, Folklore, also Terrible Toy Work, Slightly Adrift, Bubba Rock, Nim Studios, Vomiting Droid, Street Fighter SPDX, Bureau of Print, Carolina Cool Cat, Suki, Sadat H, Dylan Clement, Fawn Fake Name, Retrozone, Linz and Ratboy, Duff and Strawberries, Yakamuck, ressinblood, Hurt, DKE Toys, and Ocular Rhombus. Have I missed anybody? Fawn Fake Name, yeah, oil can. Oh. Alrighty, and with nobody chiming in saying, get me desperately on that wheel.
Oh, never mind.
I know, that's what I thought as well.
Michael George almost got me. He's like, oh, wait, put me in 10 times.
Oh, dang. Lynn's the rat boy.
Lynn's the rat boy. All right.
No doubt, no doubt. Boom, boom. And Janky, thank you for saying that, homie. Boom. It's the Janky running the old DK toy page.
Yeah. Dove is telling us about his earthquake fear of losing the recollection pieces. It's like,
I couldn't imagine. Dude, if anything, friggin' B was saying you guys out in Cali, I guess, had a big old rumbly tumbly the other day. All right, my dude.
Oh, it's not Dove, it's Janky.
Yeah, exactly.
I just caught that right now. But all right, Lynn's the rat boy. Hit me up, send me a message so I can get your address and get this out to you. I think I have Drea's address. I'll double check and let you know.
He'd probably go with it anyways, man. Love it, dude. Porpoise, man, thank you very, very much for coming in tonight. Also being on the ball, dude. You were catching drops, you were catching humans making comments.
I had help from the chat, which is this way on my screen. It's over here. The chat stepped up.
You were all over that, man. I really, really appreciate that. And your collection was fucking gorgeous, man. You have a lot of pieces in there that I haven't seen in a hot minute, and it was nice getting a chance to see it.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, it's been growing from a lot of help from a lot of people. So yeah, it's a labor of love. It's like I say it kind of goofily, but it really is like it's all stuff that kind of means something special to me, and that's what I want out of this stuff, is that it's like there's something in it beyond just the plastic and the resin. So
they're just toys. They're just toys.
Just there's that word again. Just
exactly, man. Fuck. Porpoise, dude, it's been an absolute treat.
Peace.
Closing it
Good
up.
to see you, Ben. Pleasure as always,
you, man.
Crumsy. And
Ooh.
good night, everybody else. And thanks for spending the evening in my head.
Thank you for letting us in, man. Try and have a
Yeah.
good rest of your evening. Good night, live
All
chat.
right.